All right, hello everyone. We are live, and a warm welcome to everyone watching at MUSC Red Devils NCR. I'm here with AB Bhai. Today is a Friday, and you know what it is whenever there is AB Bhai on the stream with us. It is another FPL video, and we are, I think, this time the deadline for today, this game week is 10:45, so we have close to 6.5 hours left, and
Yep.
I and Aviva are here to discuss about what has happened throughout the past week, our respective team performances, what team we have gone for this week, and the key questions that are plaguing the minds of every fantasy manager. But before we go ahead and start off with the video, go ahead, like the video, share this video to as many FPL managers as possible. Subscribe to our channel because we will be consistent with FPL content throughout the course of the Premier League season. And also press the bell icon so that you're notified for every video that comes out of the channel. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and follow Abibai on Twitter. He goes by the username of FPL for Noobs. That is the place to be for all FPL related content, whether it is price rises, price falls, injury updates, and manager press conferences as well. So go ahead, do the needful, and we are here. Abibai, let's start with the obvious. How was your first game week performance? Who were the picks which gave you the most points? Who were the picks which gave you the least points? And if it was one word that you would sum up your game week one performance, what would it be?
Yeah, hi Delvin, hi everyone. Yes, so my game week one was pretty good, I would say 87 points, and out of 11, 8 players returned for me. In fact, 9. Yes, only the United duo didn't return for me, the midfield duo of Bruno and Rashford. So, because they only gave me 3 3 points each, but other than that, I had Martinelli and who gave an assist, then Mbuemo with the goal, then there was Saka with the goal. Watkins with an assist. Haaland, we all know because everyone had him. 90% of ownership he has. 2 goals, 3 bonus points. Onana, the surprise Delvin. Yes, 9 points. One bonus, save points. Everyone, he was too good for us. And even for United. And also by defense, everyone almost gave points. Saliba gave an assist. Estupinan gave an assist or a goal, I guess. And then third one was
Estupinian
Chilwell.
was an assist. Estupinian
Yes,
was an assist. Yeah.
yes, and Chilwell also with an assist. Though Chilwell goal was disallowed due to the
Yes.
offside.
Yes.
So still, but yes,
Yes.
it was only United duo of midfield Rashford and Bruno who didn't return. But other than well, it was a very good game week.
Yeah. For me, the only difference was three players blanked for me. The third one was Gabriel because unfortunately I fell victim to the Gabriel. I came to know the news very late, and by the time I came to know the deadline had already passed out. So I was to forced to have Gabriel in my team. Thankfully, Gabriel played because
Yeah.
my second substitute was a defender who was Ben Mee, and Ben Mee ended up not playing a single minute at all. So in hindsight, it's actually a good thing that Gabriel
You
came
saw
on and had 1 point is better than zero for me. And apart from that, rest of the usual suspects. I think we had seven players similar.
yeah.
We had Onana, we had Haaland, Watkins. I think the only difference was I had Joao Pedro, and Joao Pedro scored. He should have scored another one as well, but
Yes. Yes.
he did a Mason Mount by missing an open goal.
Yes.
So I'm
Even
pretty happy with my.
Even Mbuemo missed an
Yes,
open
and
goal.
Bournemouth could have scored another one. Yes, so 85 points for me. I couldn't be more happier with my first game week performance as well. Manish Singh has got more points than us. He has 90 points, which is great. And his question straight out of the back is the captaincy question: whether he keeps Haaland forever as the captain. Manish, watch this space. We will be talking about this much more in detail as the video goes by. So watch this space. We will be talking about the captaincy issue for this game week in particular because for the first time in this game week, I think everybody let's start with the captaincy issue as well as it is. There is a question already, so we might as well. This is the game week where it does seem like the captaincy could be some sort of a slippery slope. Because for starters, Haaland, Man City plays Newcastle. And we need to also keep in mind that Man City have played a midweek fixture where Haaland played the course of the 120 minutes. I guess Haaland played the entire game against Sevilla in the Super Cup. So he does have some sort of wear and tear of fatigue under his belt. Apart from that, then the biggest captaincy candidate apart from Haaland this week is Mo Salah, because they have Bournemouth and it is a very favourable fixture. So what is your opinion on the captaincy issue? Like, do you
So
first of all do you have Salah in your team? And second, if yes, would you keep Salah as the captain?
first, I don't have Salah for the first time in 6 years. Second,
Okay.
I have two interesting things to tell about the Salah owners. One, he hasn't got any points in the game week 2 in his entire FPL career. Second, last time also in 9-0 out of Bournemouth, he just scored nothing. He just got 3 points. So because he didn't have an assist, he didn't have a goal. Everyone had a hat trick. Firmino scored a hat trick. Diaz had a goal, or two goals, I guess. Then it was Jota.
Alexander Alexander had a goal and an
Yes,
assist.
yes. So everyone had something. It was Salah who didn't have anything. But yes, I would say if you have Salah, he is a great option this week because what we have seen last week when he was subbed out, he was not happy with what Klopp did in substituting out of the team. So he wanted to play, and also he got an assist. He also had a goal disallowed last time around when he played Chelsea, and this time it's Bournemouth, that too at Enfield. It's a very favorable fixture, and if everyone has Salah, I guess definitely Salah will be the captain for all these managers. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, but yes, I don't have Salah this time around. So, and also, I guess the guy, there is one more question: Salah or Saka? Again, Saka is also a good option, but the problem is your Arsenal is away. Arsenal has
Yes.
an away fixture, and also they were fluent out, I would say, in first 30 minutes of the game where they scored two goals, and then they were not able to, I would say, get in more into the game the attack wise. So Salah is the best captaincy option if you have want to have between Salah or Saka. So Salah for
But
me.
apart from that, also I think if you're considering Saka as a captain, I think you need to understand the quality of opposition also. It
Yes.
was it was obvious that Arsenal have a better performance against Nottingham Forest, but I think Crystal Palace is a much more better team with all due respect to Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
And also Crystal Palace did look good defensively. They kept a clean sheet, and they look much more organized at the back. So
Yes.
I think even Saka is a pretty dodgy captaincy option. I think the two main candidates obviously are Salah or Haaland. Like you
Haaland.
cannot go wrong. Yeah, you cannot go wrong with any of these two. So we have a lot of things to talk about, Avibai. We've got out the most important issue out of the way. That is the captaincy. Let's talk about the goalkeeping situation. Now, after game week 1, there are 3 or 4 standout goalkeeping options that are making the rounds in the round. First one obviously is Andre Onana, but we need to be very honest as United fans. We were very fortunate to come with a clean sheet because
Yes.
Wolves were
True.
very poor in finishing their
Finish.
chances. Yes,
Yes.
yes, Onana made a lot of good saves, but there were some saves that were straight at him also, and very fortunate that it was a penalty. It was not given a penalty. Although, if you ask me, if I'm talking as a United fan, I personally do not think that was a penalty because I've seen countless goalkeepers recklessly go into players and a penalty is not being given just
I
because of
agree.
the fact that it
I
is
agree.
just because of the fact that it is United. There has been a huge noise about it, and I think as United fans we're already used to the fact now we will be going another season with referees not giving us decisions throughout the course of the season. So I've
Yes.
already mentally prepared myself for it. But with that being said, Onana against Spurs, difficult fixture. Uh, and if we have Spurs players making the same chances, it will be very difficult for Onana to keep a clean sheet. Now another option is Matt Turner, 4 million goalkeeper, automatic starter for Nottingham Forest. They have a much better fixture compared to what they played in the opening game week. So Matt Turner becomes a very good option. And the third one I think is, which you said, Sam Johnstone. I think is a Crystal Palace. That's Crystal Palace, right?
Yes.
Sam Johnstone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
yeah. Difficult for me because it's Arsenal next, but then again Crystal Palace play home. So for me, another interesting option right here is Brentford's Mark Flecken, because Brentford have the next 5 or 6 games for Brentford are very promising, and Brentford's defense also looks very organized. So I give him a good shout. So Onana or Turner for you, ABY, based on what you've seen in the first game week? Will you stick with Onana? I think I'm pretty certain you will stick with Onana, so will I. But for the rest of the people who are facing this debate, whether it's Onana or whether it's Matt Turner, who would you go for? And
So
what would you advise them to?
yes, so I have Onana and Ariola. I don't have Turner, but yes, if I would had both, I would have gone with Turner this week, just because I don't. It's not because that Nottingham played bad or it was Arsenal away, because Nottingham are playing at home. Plus Sheffield had their striker issues. Their expected goals was very less last game week. So I'm expecting Sheffield to not score again, and Turner might have a clean sheet. And where in Onana we are playing Spurs away, and we saw in the first game week, Spurs was very attacking, and the
Yeah,
quality which Wolves showed in finishing, Spurs will have much better finishing, as what we can seen from the first game, where Madison were giving assist, and even Royal, and even the first goal was scored by who scored
Romero,
the first? Romero, yeah.
Christian Romero.
So yes, so their set pieces and everything, they were very good at it. So Onana might give you the save points. Onana might give you the passing points bonus because of passing, but clean sheet as compared to Turner, Turner has a better chance of having a clean sheet than Onana for me.
Also, do you think? Let's talk about Spurs for a small moment. You spoke about defenders scoring the goals for Spurs. Do you think this is a concern with their attacking players not scoring or giving any attacking returns apart from Madison? Because Richarlison played as the forward. Richarlison was not exactly in the game throughout the course of the duration that he played. And then you talk about the likes of, I think, Kulusevski, not
And
exactly
so
in the game. Yeah, Son also was very uncomfortable playing from the left wing. You could see that left wing is not exactly Son's position, and Kulusevski also really ineffective. So, do you think apart from Madison, no Spurs option worth considering exactly? Because I did not see good performances from any of them on the forward line except Madison.
I somewhat agree, because what I saw was their wingers were very wide. They were not
Yes.
like they were coming inside. They due wide, and Madison was playing very up front. It was almost like Richarlison, Madison, Richarlison, Madison. So that's why Madison got the returns and everything. That was good for their owners and everyone. But what I can see from the fixtures is, after this game they have 3-4 easy fixtures now, as compared to what they have in the first two game weeks, because they played Brentford away, and we all know Brentford at their home is very good team to beat and to play. And similarly now United going there at Spurs, so it will be also a tough game. But Richarlison, if Richarlison starts getting the points, then I guess Madison Richarlison combo can be a huge hit one again, but it's all depends upon the Richarlison now. Richarlison was somewhat good in the Brentford game. I guess he hit the post also, goal post, but he didn't get the goal. So he was good, but yes, as of now, also they are also getting to the ways of their new manager, and he's also new to the Premier League. So I can see their attacking returns going up, but we all know it's Spurs. Anything can happen. It can go from a hit to a flop, or a flop to hit. So anything can happen for their team. But I'm really
Yeah.
surprised about their wingers who are playing too wide. They are not coming into the game. I guess they just only want to give the crosses, because Kuluveski, not even a Son, Kuluveski is the one who gets from the right hand side inside the box. Because what we
Yeah.
seen in the last two seasons, gives the assist to Kane and everyone. So I thought he would be a hit under Andre Postelu, if I'm correct, pronouncing his name correctly.
No,
But
it's
yes,
fine.
it
It's
was,
fine. It's fine. It's a
yeah,
Spurs manager. You don't have to worry
yeah,
about pronunciations.
yeah. So it was like, it's just that Madison is playing two up, almost as a striker, second striker, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Now let's talk about the key issues that we are facing. Two major injuries. Let's talk about the first one, and it's really not a surprise. It's Recce James, and his captaincy era lasted all of 74 minutes, and we've had reports that he's injured once again. It's a hamstring injury, and apparently he's expected to be out for again expected out to be out for months. Like not the exact time frame not available, but it is months rather than a short term injury. Pochettino initially called it as a case of tiredness, but I think we are all. I think it was pretty evident, at least for me, while he was being brought out, that it was some sort of a knock. But I did not expect it to be such a big injury that he's going to be out for months. Now, Chilwell and Recce James were those two players which we spoke in our first FPL game week stream as well, that if healthy, they can provide a lot of returns for their managers. Same goes for Chilwell, but for now Chilwell seems to be managed carefully, if we are being very honest. But Recce James once again, the case of the same thing, injury once again. However, that opens the door to opportunities for Malo Gusto. The positives here is Malo Gusto is just 4 million, which is very, very cheap compared to Recce James or maybe Ben Chilwell. That's 1.5 million cheaper. He's currently designated as the backup to Recce James as a right back option, and has favourable fixtures also. So it's West Ham, then there is Luton next. They have another favourable fixture before they play a tough team. So that's 3 game weeks where you can easily keep someone like a Malo Gusto in. So what is your preferred replacement for Recce James? Now, I know you don't have Recce James, but for the ones that who have Recce James and who face the problem of getting him out of the side, what would your preferred move be? Who would you get in for Recce James? And what would be the Chelsea situation in terms of Malo Gusto? Does Malo Gusto get in? Or do you think the likes of maybe Axel Disasi get in that right back position or whatever that is?
First, it's sad to see Reece James again injured. Promising right back, and if he plays, he's the best right back, almost one of the best right back in the country, in England, because he gives you the FPL points. He's attacking. He was on the pens, as was told by Pock also in the preseason. So, and also couple of days back only, I was just thinking of getting Saliba to James. So just to have two Chelsea defenders, just because both attacking, and what we saw with Chilwell more attack, playing more attackingly, and also with the favorable fixtures as you mentioned. So but now my transfer, I have to save my transfer for this game week. So barring now, I am not sure whether Malo Gusto will start all these games till if he's out for, because somewhere I'm reading it he's out for 3-4 weeks. Somewhere I'm reading he's out for months. Though there is a press conference in the evening by Pochettino where he can give us the clear picture. So I am not sure whether Malo Gusto will start at the right back. So as you mentioned, Disasi can also play as a right back. So because what we can see is Cucurella can be also be back. So Cucurella as a left back, then Thiago Silva, then in between. Sorry, so there was one more midfielder. Sorry, Cucurella can be left centre back, then Chilwell as a left back, Thiago Silva as a centre back, and then Disasi as a right back.
Disasi, yeah.
Or yes, or it can be like what you mentioned, Malo Gusto, because he substituted, Malo Gusto substituted, but it was only for I guess 15-16 minutes where Malo Gusto played. So he can. We are not sure whether Gusto is a short starter now, because I don't think Pop can trust a youngster to give him a right back position. And also we have seen Caicedo play as a right back, though it cannot happen. 115 million pound signing playing as a right back for you, but anything can happen. We all know because he had played there for Brighton also. So that thing can also
I would
happen.
I won't be surprised if he plays as right back because he's a CDM anyways. I have 115 million for a CDM. I still can't get my mind over it that the football transfer market has come to such situations where you're paying 115 million for a central defensive midfielder. So it's I won't be surprised if Caicedo does play right back, but if you ask me, I think Gusto would be the designated right back. although this for all of you watching, this is not a certainty that Gusto will start. So please make sure that all the decisions that you take, we are just here to guide you, and it could work, it could not work. So yeah,
One more
at
thing,
the
I
end
will
here.
just wait for the West Ham game, because we will get the clear picture of what Pock is thinking, because now Reece James is almost out, and we will get the picture that okay, this is where if Malo Gusto is playing or not, then we can get the real picture. But yes, if you don't have any defenders left, because with Gabriel also not sure, Stones also good injury news coming up, you have to make a I would say a substitution. Then you can go for Gusto. It's because it will be a risky proposition, or you can go for Rico Henry as a left back, who is a left back for
Oh,
Brentford,
good
and
option,
Brentford
very good
has
option, very good
Brentford
option.
also has an easy, not I would say much easy, but yes, comparatively very easy fixtures, and he also provided an assist last time around. Plus,
Was
you
very
will
good.
yeah,
Was very good throughout the
yes, he
game. He
was
was
very
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 good,
good,
very good.
and you can save 1 million also with that
Yep,
transfer,
absolutely.
which
Yeah,
can be
Lucas. Yeah,
replayed.
Lucas Cox with a very interesting question. What to do with Foden? I'm thinking getting him out from Madison. Lucas, first of all, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. So, Lucas, what I would say is, if you do have Foden, you might as well. It is might as well considered good to hold him, because in the Super Cup he did play as the number 10. It is, and he was pretty good on the ball as well for the time that he played. Now the question here is, Alvarez also can play the number 8 role. He's very adept at playing multiple positions, but the indication is that Foden could start as the number 10 versus Newcastle, and I would I would for now wait. If you do have Foden, just hold on for him for another game week. If he does not start this game week, then you're free to go ahead and exchange him out for Madison, because I would rather suggest to hold your transfer for this game week and take it forward to the next. Even if it does mean that you are losing out on some points, you still have 36 weeks to catch up on it. So this is just the start. And also, the rankings tend to be a lot more volatile in the first 4 or 5 game weeks. So I think you rather focus on getting the points rather than focusing on your rankings, because rankings will fluctuate a lot in the first 5 or 6 game weeks. So you might as well hold on for Foden for now, because he's a very good option. And if Super Cup data is anything to go by, he did start as the number 10. So yeah, hold on for Foden. Wait for this game week. If he does not start, yes, go ahead and get him out for Madison. So ABY, another defensive problem here is the Gabriel situation. After the game week, it was revealed that the decision to keep Gabriel on the bench was a tactical one, and it was not related to any injuries or any knocks that he sustained during training or while he was getting into the squad or anything. So Timber already out. Very sad to know that Timber is out for 6 months due to an ACL injury. Arsenal did look very good by the time till the time Timber was on the pitch because of his ability to build up. So does that Timber injury mean that Gabriel now is a sure shot starter in the Arsenal side, or do you think that there is a chance that seeing Gabriel on the bench will be a much more regular appearance due to tactical reasons?
So yes, Gabriel was a tactical decision taken by Arteta. I don't know what did he thought, because I have it, because the keeper is same. Only Rice play was a new player in the team. Pate was playing as a right back. So yes, so when I would suggest we need to hold with Gabriel, because as you mentioned, Timber is out for months now with ACL, and his minutes definitely should go up now. But again, we can't convince, or we can't convince. I would not convince is the wrong word. We can't be so sure about what Arteta is thinking, because with Zinchenko available, we can have Zinchenko, we can have White, we can have Saliba, and we can have Partey as a right back. So because Partey started with as a right back in the last game also, so it's all about what Arteta is thinking, because because what I can see, he's not playing Rice and Partey together. Partey is playing as a right back, and Rice is the holding one in between. So that's the interesting thing. What he is going, Arteta is thinking. So as you mentioned, Gabriel minutes should go up, but again, what Zinchenko is available, so anything can happen because Zinchenko is a left back. Then White and Saliba can play as centre back, and Partey again as a right back. So Gabriel again goes on the bench. But yes, this game on Saturday or Sunday, whenever they play, definitely should clear things out. If he's not starting this game, also Timber out, he is definitely not in the plans, I would say, of our data, and he might say that he is available for the transfer also. So you never know. So,
Yeah, Arsenal play Monday night, ABY. Arsenal play
okay,
Monday night.
so
Yeah,
Monday night. So if they are playing Monday night, we don't know whether if we have to wait till this game week. I would suggest to hold or
all right.
sell KPL,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I know people are worrying about their price change, but price change will happen. But his minutes should go up definitely, but you never know what Arteta is thinking. Or if you have any his press conferences, or if he's coming out clearly that Gabriel is not his plan, then definitely you can take him.
Yeah. Also, Lucas, just to add a little bit, Lucas got 82 points in his first game week. But the fact that he started with Foden, that is the reason why he was annoyed a little bit, and that is why he asked the question whether he should change, whether he should change from Foden to Madison. So we have the last minute fantasy podcast in the comments with us. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. So he's given a few tips for us, AB Bhai. He says Luke Shaw is a good shout. He also adds, if you do not have
Yes,
Onana, go for him. He's talking about the keeper, not the Everton
yes,
midfielder. And his most simple piece of advice: Captain Haaland and sleep good. I like the advice because Kushagra did ask the question: should we take Luke Shaw? I think I would stay away from him, to be really to be because in the first game week I seen him being much more central than left back, and that could be a problem in terms of his returns. Because at the end of the day, we want fullbacks to give you attacking returns. Because I know clean sheets not exactly in the hands of the fullback because it comes to the entire defense rather than one particular person. In fact, so my question to you, Edivai, on a personal basis, it is similar on the lines of the Gabriel issue. So I have Gabriel. And I still am not sure whether Gabriel is going to start or no. I asked a couple of Arsenal fans who are good FPL managers as well, and they both were unanimous in saying that Gabriel is certain to start the Palace game. But I have my doubts. I have my circumspect. I'm not exactly sold on that. So in my defensive options, I have Benmi and Isri Konza. Now Benmi shows us an injury doubt still, but I do have Konza, and Konza is guaranteed to start for the Aston Villa backline. Do I hold for Gabriel in the starting lineup for this game week, or is it maybe time to, do I switch him with Konsa? What do you think about it?
Konsa is playing Everton at home, and Everton played very very poorly last time. Last two games when they played Villa, and Villa at home is a very good team. What we have seen under Emery last season, and also they want to get back to winning ways after their 5-1 hammering. And
Yep.
also Everton lost the last game at their home, and again their finishing was very very poor. Everton. So Konsa is a better option because he there is a clean sheet chance, and also he can be a good from set pieces also. We have seen
Yes.
he only
Yes.
scored the goal against United also a couple of seasons back. So we have seen him what he can do with the set pieces. So Konsa is a better option, and also if Gabriel is a short starter, we will get to know on Monday, and then you can make decision accordingly for your game week 3 whether you want to continue with Gabriel or you want to take out. But yes, due to that, I
Yes.
would say that his price change will affect for sure. He might drop at the price, but now people have stopped selling him after the Timber news. What I was following, because earlier before that game week 1, when the news came out that Gabriel is not starting, the people started taking him out. But now with Timber injury news coming up, people have stopped selling him because they are also thinking on the same line that he will start for sure. But and yes, I would say, and I would also agree that we should wait till his the game on Monday night. Then we will get the clear picture whether Gabriel is really in the Arteta plans, or he will be basically the sub role if he is not sold by 31st of August. That because Gabriel would want to start every game because he started around 73 games continuously for Arsenal.
Yes, before getting injured, correct. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the
Now,
main thing.
yeah.
That's the main thing.
Sorry, sorry.
Just wait and watch.
Yeah. Now let's come to our club. Let's come to the issues in FPL surrounding our club. Now, most of the FPL managers, not just us two, went with a double United midfield. That is Bruno and Rashford. Both of the expectation was very simple. It was a game against Wolves. It was a home game. There was absolute chaos in the Wolves setup. The new manager came in just 5 days ago before the game. It was a guarantee that both Rashford and Bruno would score and have good attacking returns. Basically, it did not happen, and United as a whole played very, very, very poorly. Uh, I consider ourselves very, very fortunate to escape with those 3 points. So the big question is: do you hold on to double United for the second game week, or do you? Is it time to cut our losses already after the first game week? Do you give this one more game week, or do you already go for a sale? Mostly, it will be Bruno. Yeah.
So first, yes, United played very bad. Second, positioning. We all know that now. Ten Hag also must have known that Rashford is good at the left wing. He's not good as number 9. So first, second, two things. Yes, I will hold Bruno and Rashford both for this game week and definitely for game week 3 because we are playing Nottingham at home or at Old Trafford. So that will be and again an easy fixture. Hopefully, an easy fixture for United where everyone can score goals and we can get the points. Secondly, what I think is Ten Hag will definitely make the changes. Changes in the like formation wise, Rashford will definitely come back to the left side with Garnacho again going to the bench, and Sancho might start as false number 9 because United gameplay changed when Sancho came on, and there
Yes.
was more fluidity game because Rashford came to the left hand side, and we were playing some good football, though it was very bad because what we but as compared to the first 60-65 minutes what we were playing after
My
Sancho,
God.
our gameplay improved.
The
So
first half
that
was the first half was absolutely horrible. I mean, what were
yes,
we doing?
very horrible. We were not getting the balls. We were not holding the ball. We were not passing. Every pass was misplaced. It was defending was good. Licha was making tackles. He also got a yellow card for that. So all these things. But yes, after Sancho game and that will be continued in Spurs also. Rashford will definitely come by the left side, and then I would say Shaw and Rashford combo will also come in effect because
Yep.
people are saying Luke Shaw is a good shout. I am agree to it because if you have both have Onana and Shaw, then it's a bad combo. You should have one in your team, either Onana or a Shaw.
Yes.
But if you
Yes.
have Shaw, you should hold Shaw because Shaw will give you more attacking returns when Rashford will be coming in the left back. So that combo is really good. So that's why I will hold with my two United assets and definitely till game week 3.
Yeah, I think I agree with you with having either one of Onana or Shaw, but not both. Because I think whenever you go with a double defense, not only for United but for any team, there is that
Any
added risk that you lose multiple points at one go. With just one goal, it could be the mistake of anyone, especially the players who are not in your fantasy side, and you end up getting a huge loss. So I absolutely understand that. Sefer, I understand your sentiments, but for now, this is only an FPL discussion. We are only focusing on Fantasy Premier League. I know you have your opinions on the situation that is engulfing. I and AB by ourselves have a very strong opinion on this, but unfortunately, this is not the video to discuss it.
people
So
we
while
have
we
other videos also which are
yes,
posted.
yes,
You
yes,
can check
you
that
can,
out and you
yes.
can give your comments there.
Yeah. So, everybody, speaking about midfielders, now, last week we spoke about the three 6.5 million midfielders, where we spoke about Eze, we spoke about Mbomo, we spoke about Mitoma. Now, these are the three people that we spoke. Everybody already have allegations on you. Would you like to say something? Would you like to defend yourself in the
He is talking about
real?
Gabriel to Saliba. I know. Yes, he's talking about Gabriel to Saliba. That last minute
Ayushman,
decision.
as Ayushman bhai, as even I had given my side. Okay, so coming back to the midfield, we have two more options. We already spoke about the Foden alternative there. That was first. The other one is a very very interesting one for me in the sense that this is, I think, Harvey Barnes. Yes, Harvey Barnes. Now, Harvey Barnes did come on as substitute, but he had a goal and an assist in the time that he was there. Uh, Anthony Gordon till that time did not really have a good game. Was drifting in and out of the game throughout the course. But do you think there is a scenario, maybe this game week or maybe the next game week, that Harvey Barnes starts over Anthony Gordon? And if yes, is it a good time to take Harvey Barnes because he is a very interesting option to look at. I think he falls at the same price level. I think maybe 6 million. I'm not really sure about Harvey Barnes' price tag, but yes, he's a very very interesting option. At least based on the first game substitute appearance that he made.
So again, I think Gordon will start this game against City, because Eddie Howe will not, I guess, tinker with his team. But yes, in future, Harvey Barnes can come and will start definitely over Gordon on the left side. But it doesn't make sense to buy Harvey Barnes as of now, right now in the team, and make him on the bench. You don't want 6 or 6.5 million midfielder on the bench just because we
Mm-hmm.
want him in for the future game weeks. And I am what I was seeing Newcastle fixtures. Their first 4 5 fixtures are not so favorable.
Yes, they
Yes,
play
they
Liverpool and
got
Brighton also.
yes, yes. So they got 5 go. They scored 5 against Aston Villa, who were defensively so poor, which was very surprising to see what they did last season in the second half. Similarly, now they play City away and then Liverpool home. Two tough fixtures, and along with that, Brighton again, the third one. So it's not a good option to get Harvey Barnes just to make him sit on the bench, and I don't think anyone will buy, and his price will change a lot in these 4 game weeks. So yes, good option. He will definitely start over Gordon, and he might start if Gordon doesn't play well against City, then he might get a start in the Newcastle, and it should be his home debut. But as of now, we should wait and watch again for Harvey Barnes. He is a good prospect, and with this
Yes.
team, Newcastle team, he can be a good one. But again, just wait, just wait.
Is Tonali a good option? I'm not saying I'm going to buy him. I'm just putting it out there because most of these Newcastle players that I'm naming out have performed. Tonali had a goal and an assist also. Barnes also ended up having a goal and an assist. Do you think Tonali is a good option, or do you think this is like a case of too soon, or maybe we just wait for at
Two,
least 2 or 3 more game weeks?
yes, 2 or 3 more game weeks. Plus, I guess we should wait. Tonali again is not a natural goal scorer, or he will give you FPL points. Yes, he is more like a Rodri type player. Rodri is more of a CDM. He plays center midfield, but still his attacking returns, I wouldn't say it would be that high as compared to the other midfielder Harvey Barnes or Almiron or Isaac. I mean, Isaac is a forward though, but still they will have much more points as compared to Tonali in the future game weeks also.
Yeah, I think Newcastle prospects, very good prospects, and
Yes.
it is very interesting that you pointed out Tonali not being an FPL asset because before scoring for Newcastle on debut, the last time he scored was for Milan in January. So there is a huge gap between these two goals. Although I wouldn't discount his ability to provide assists because I
Yes.
think naturally with the likes of Guimaraes and Joelinton playing in those CDM roles, I think that would give more space for Tonali to go ahead and unfurl his because I am a Tonali admirer. Like his passing range is just so aesthetically pleasing. He can pick out a pass from anywhere. Like that's how good he is. So I won't underestimate his ability to get FPL points through assists. But yeah, goal scoring is not exactly what Tonali is known for. So what would be your final thoughts? So I've seen a lot of FPL drafts where they're already going for wildcards, and so my question for you is it really the correct time to wildcard just after one game week?
I don't think so, because you need to trust your team. I know that team doesn't have it doesn't have performed, but yes, if there are injuries, like what I've seen in couple of teams, they have they had Timber, they had Gabriel, they had James, and they had Mings. So yes, in this case where all your main defenders or all your first teamers are injured, yes, you have to use a wild card. That makes sense. But yes, if one or two players are injured and you have other 13 players available, you need to trust your team, because after before international break or after international break there are many more changes happen, because players can get injured, and with the number of injuries increasing in last 2 weeks, especially with the defenders, anything can happen. So wildcard can be used majorly during the international break if you think your team is not performing for 2 or 3 game weeks, because I guess after game week 3 we have an international break, if I'm not wrong.
Four after game
So
week four.
yes, so you can 4 game weeks mean you have 4 transfers to make. So you can make that transfers. You have free transfer available, and if you want any injury, you can take a hit also. One hit might be is a good option. But to go for a wild card just because your team didn't perform on the game week one doesn't make sense to me. You need to hold your chips and use it wisely, because we know what season can begin. There are many double game weeks coming. Last season also they had many double game weeks, blank game weeks. So all these things happen, and we need to have a watch on that also.
So before we wrap up the stream, APY, any changes that you are planning to make for your team, or are you more or less going to go in with the same team that you had in the first game week?
Same 11, no change in the captain also, no change in the goalkeeper. Ariola will be my substitute, Onana starting, and I will be rolling out the transfer. And in game week 3, I will have 2 transfers, and then I can make changes to my team accordingly.
Similar, I think the only change I'm going to make is not a transfer. I'm just going to mostly draft in Konza for Gabriel.
Yeah.
That is the only place where I am going forward, because apart from that, I think my team is pretty sorted. Don't have much to tinker about. I mean, if the team can give me 85 points, then at least I'm expecting at least a 65 or a 70 this game week around. So I don't think that is going to be a bad haul. Considering that most of the players in our teams are going to play away fixtures and not
Yes.
home. Yeah, so I wouldn't have an issue if we get around 65 or 70 points this game week. I'll consider that as a good game week for me. Uh, with that being said, everybody, thank you so much. It is always a pleasure talking to you about FPL related stuff. Once again, for those who are watching, guys, ABY goes on Twitter with the username FPL for Noobs. Please do go ahead and drop him a follow on Twitter. He is very consistent with his FPL updates. So if you do miss this video, if you're unable to watch this video for some reason, Twitter, FPL for Noobs, you will get all the latest information on targets, injuries, press conference updates, price rises, price falls, everything under one space. That is FPL for Noobs. Apart from that, like I said earlier in the stream, we will be consistent with our FPL content throughout the course of the Premier League season. So if you do like this video, do press the like button, do smash that subscribe button, and also share this video to as many FPL managers as possible. Do not forget to press the bell icon for all the notifications for this channel whenever we drop in a new video. Apart from that, do follow us on our socials on Instagram and Twitter, and do join us on our WhatsApp group. AVY, I, and a lot of other FPL managers are happily waiting for you so that we can give you our advice on your prospective teams. With that being said, AVY, all the best for this upcoming game week.
Thank
Hope
you,
our
same to
teams
you.
do well. I mean, basically, when I'm saying all the best to you, it's basically all the best to me, because most of our players are the same. So, not a lot of difference. But yeah, I hope when we meet next week talking about another game week, we have green arrows once again, and hopefully a better score than last game week, although it is very difficult to go above 85 and 87 points respectively. But one can only hope. With that
Yes.
being said, this is Delvin along with AB Bhai wishing all of you a good evening and a very good weekend. Uh, and all the best to all of you guys as well. Hope you all have good game weeks as well. Thank you so much. We will see you soon with another episode on FPL next week. Till then, goodbye. Stay safe, stay healthy, and GGMU to all.